That's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. Not quite as nice of a background, although I am conveniently blocking the chair. Right, so admittedly, this is not the video that I had planned to shoot this weekend, but then I had a Dragon Con stress stream and those don't normally start until July. So I think part of the dream was that I hadn't gotten my accommodations yet, and when I looked, my favorite hotel was already booked up. Should have expected that. This is my 4th Dragon Con this year, but I did have to wait a little bit before making the reservation this year, so my favorite one was gone, but I did get one that I've stayed at before. It's a little farther away, but we'll deal. But what we're gonna do today is plan out the cosplays. I'm going to combine Dragon Con cosplays with ones that have been on my list for a while, but haven't gotten around to, or just too intimidating, that I want to try and achieve this year, but not put the time pressure of Dragon Con on those ones. So we've got those 2 categories. I'm gonna bring you over this way and we'll see what we're working with. So this is my quite ugly bulletin board right now. So we're gonna clear all of this off. We're gonna do 2 different sides, one for Dragon Con and one for year-long projects. And my printer is currently out of ink and I really don't feel like spending however much ink costs, which always seems to be way more than it should. So for now, we're just gonna write the names of the characters and put them in lists. So scribbled here, I've jotted down the ones that I want to achieve for Dragon Con. This is kind of a surprising one to me, but lately I've been seeing Xena show up a lot on social media, and then when I was watching the 90s documentary on Disney Plus, I had no idea that that show came out in the 90s. I never watched it growing up. I thought it was like a 70s show, but I've been seeing her kind of crop up a lot, and A, that costume is freaking cool, and B, I don't think I look necessarily dissimilar. I feel like I could definitely play with a makeup transformation for that one, and with the wig and everything, really kind of do a convincing cosplay. I've also recently been rewatching Multiverse of Madness, and that Scarlet Witch costume has got me in the cosplay throes. I am in the must make mentality with that one. So you'll also see up here Miss Sabine from Star Wars Rebels. I've kind of been promising to do this cosplay for about 3 years since my friend told me, oh my god, you would make an amazing Sabine. I still haven't finished the show. So if I finish the show, I'm hoping to make this year a Sabine cosplay year. I've always wanted to do like a casual Sarah from Labyrinth, her in the beginning scenes when she's got the vest and the mom jeans. And so every year I kind of like gather things that I think would work, and then I just can't, they don't come together. It's such a casual cosplay that you kind of need it to be perfect for people to recognize it. So it's still on the list. We'll see if we make it work. I have a maybe here for Peter Pan, and I mentioned this in my previous video where I've always wanted to do something from Hook. Rufio is certainly up there as well, but I don't think I'm gonna have the time this year for a good Rufio cosplay. I was thinking about Tinkerbell, but I really go back and forth on that one, and I'm just not super into it this year. But I was thinking of Peter Pan cosplay might be really fun. However, I don't know really how to distinguish it as Hook because he just kind of looks like a normal Peter Pan. So that's a maybe on here. So those are for Dragon Con, and then of course I have my Rick O'Connell, Emma Swan, Snow White from Once Upon a Time. Those are the 3 repeats that are gonna happen as well. So that's 3, 4, 5. Sabine is a maybe 6, and then Sarah would be 7. So I think it's a good balance of casual daytime as well as ones that are a little bit more involved. So we're gonna get those listed out, put them on the board. Before we do that, let's look a little bit more at what's on this messy cork board here. Rogue definitely is on the list. I don't think she's gonna be this year, but yeah, she's definitely on the ever-growing list of dream cosplays, but we're gonna take her off for now. Maybe actually what I'll do is I'll create like a little future cosplays section, just so I can remember. Because for me, sometimes like something goes in a drawer or a file, I'll just kind of forget about it. So I need to see things in order to remember, oh yeah, that's something I wanted to do. Okay, Galadriel from the Rings of Power. Now, she's gonna be one that's on the year-long goals for this year. When I tell you, when I saw her come on screen in this armor, my brain short-circuited in cosplayer. And so I tried last year and it didn't really get very far. I have a chest plate, but this beautiful detail here with the ridging that's here, could not for the life of me figure out how to do that with foam, and it looks just god-awful. So we're gonna do individual videos for all of these cosplays, so you'll get to see. But what I'm thinking, I would love to experiment with possibly paint. Now, I'm not a great painter, but I'd love to see if I can create this illusion with paint. Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. So we're gonna be working on her this year, particularly because I'm really keen on getting better at foam armor. So the very first real cosplay I did was Miss Captain Marvel here, and that was all foam armor, and it turned out really well, but then I kind of cooled off on armor a little until I started Galadriel. So anyway, she's gonna be a good outfit to just learn a little bit more about how foam works and how to make it just look really good. Miss Captain Marvel, I always told myself I was going to redo the armor and wear it again at Dragon Con, but I don't know, it's sort of like realizing, do I want to improve something that I already have, or do I want to make new stuff? I'm kind of more on the new stuff train at the moment, so I still have her armor, definitely can be improved down the line, but not this year. Okay, so I already created some labels for Dragon Con and the year-long right here. Just some fun little titles. This says Dragon Con. I know it doesn't look like it because it's literally like the D looks exactly like the O, which is a little bit annoying, but trust me, it says Dragon Con. And then we've just got a year-long label. So let's get these up. Okay, so we'll list all of our Dragon Con people over here, year-long people over here, and do a future section down below. I'm going to log off for today. I may fill these in and then log on again to just walk through quickly, and then this video will be over. So I definitely wanted this to be like a short 5 to 10 minute video, just introducing the cosplays for the year, and that's what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna come back to you sometime later for me, but right now for you. Dun 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 dun. Yes. Oh, that's too close. Ta-da! So the board is now much nicer and cleaned up. We've got our Dragon Con goals on this side. We've got our year-long goals on this side, and we're just gonna get started. I am really, really excited about the 2 new ones I'm planning for this year. And I can't wait to film those videos. I've already started gathering some materials, and yeah, we're just gonna get started. And can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. So thanks for watching my Cosplay 2024 intro video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We're gonna make 2, I always get, it always trips me up when it's opposite, when I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. Okay. Me trying to be cute and jumping in front of the camera.